Just for fun, I thought I'd share some recent text dialogue between a friend who reached out asking about how to lose some weight. Hey Stags, I'm trying to shed my annual 10 pounds from football season. Thinking of only eating 11:30 to 7:30 p.m. intermittent fasting, 205 grams of protein, goal weight, and 1,800 total calories from mostly whole foods. Thoughts? Is that calorie count too low? I use the Fat Secret app to track my calories. Yeah, way too low. You'll lose muscle, and we never want to do that. Personally, I crank that up to 250 grams plus per day, and I'd focus on taking in good fats like olive oils, butter, avocados, macadamia nuts, walnuts, only a light amount of dairy, taking some seeds like chia seeds, flax seeds, sesame seeds, some veggies, some fruits, mostly berries. I'd pretty much cut out anything with sugar and carbs. That's including grains, excessive veggies, fruits, and excessive dairy, because dairy has a lot of sugar in it. Focus on drinking primarily water and a little coffee or tea, and cut back severely on alcohol. And don't just start focusing on crushing cardio all of a sudden. Focus on lifting heavy and gaining muscle, which will burn the fat. I take in about 3,400 calories a day and burn around 3,000 or so. So I'm slowly gaining muscle. If you want to do the opposite, if you're working out every day and you're probably burning around 3,000 calories or a little less, I'd say you can eat about 2,500 calories per day of unprocessed, good whole foods and still lose weight consistently and maybe even maintain and grow muscle. That's super helpful. I'm lifting 5 days a week plus 1 day of yoga, 1 day of boxing, and trying to get in 8,000 steps a day. Totally cutting sugar until Christmas Eve. Man, almost 50 years old, it's hard. Great plan. Maybe try to get your steps up to about 10,000 steps a day and throw on a weighted backpack or do more hills while you're walking. That'll get your heart rate up a little bit more. You'll burn 50% fat and 50% carbs doing zone 2 walking training. So it's the best. Also, don't eat anything within 3 hours of going to bed. And if you must have a snack, make sure it's like protein or nuts, but avoid any sugars or carbs because that'll impact your sleep quality. Last thing, try to drink around 150 to 200 ounces of water daily. Okay, last question. But what's the best protein powder? I'm having a difficult time getting 250 grams of protein in within an 8-hour window. I do collagen scoops 4 times a day, but I might need to supplement. Back in the day, whey protein was the best. Yeah, whey protein is still great. It digests in 1 to 2 hours, which is really great for when you first wake up or right after a workout to put fuel right into the muscle. You can also consider taking casein protein as well. It's a little different in that it breaks down slower, so up to 7 hours to digest. So it'll keep you satiated longer, you won't get as hungry, and it'll kind of have more of a time release to fuel the muscles throughout. So I actually take a scoop of casein before going to bed so I can build muscle while I'm sleeping. How great is that? Just look for something that's clean, doesn't have any sugars or any other added ingredients that you don't understand. I buy mine from True Nutrition, which you can buy online. You can customize exactly what you want and get whey or pea protein or egg protein or whatever you want and have it be completely clean. Nice, buddy. I appreciate it. I was doing collagen with my coffee in the morning, but I feel like if I want to stay true to the intermittent fasting, I should start skipping the collagen in the morning. What do you think? I feel like collagen's okay from a fasting standpoint, not knocking you off. Some people say yes, some people say no. I definitely do it first thing in the morning and don't worry about it. Unless you're doing more than a 3+ day fast, I don't think the benefit of fasting is really just to shorten the time window that you take in all of your calories. So if you're in 6 or 8 hour time window that you're eating per day, it's really hard to take in a bunch of excess calories. So that's the real benefit. There is some autophagy that could happen, a little cellular cleanup, but it's hard to do in that short period of time. If you can stay disciplined on your calories throughout the day, then I wouldn't worry so much about the strict fasting and worrying about collagen knocking you off of that. I used to think that way, but I gave up that concept in favor of taking a scoop of protein first thing in the morning to kick in muscle protein synthesis and basically start building muscle 24 hours a day as a preference. The more muscle you put on, and that takes consistent fuel from protein, the more fat that you're going to burn, even while you're not working out or moving around while you're sleeping. How great is that? So focus on more activity, more lifting, more protein intake throughout the day consistently, and keep your metabolism revved up and become a fat burning machine. Awesome. I'm on it. Good call. Are you taking creatine? Yeah, trying to do a 5-gram scoop per day, starting with some in my water while I work out and then some thereafter. And I do some creatine gummies, taking 4 or 5 of those throughout the day. Bonus points. Work in a cold shower or a cold plunge several days a week, and spend 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep each night and prioritize that. Also, try to get out and get sunlight during daylight hours. Take in supplements like creatine, lots of omega-3s, magnesium, potassium, etc. And if you're feeling really bold, check out an all-carnivore diet. At some point, I got to get a setup for myself. I can do the cold plunge, but I struggle with the cold shower. For whatever reason, it just puts me in a foul mood. I've also done a prolonged 5-day fast a few times over the years, which is pretty structured and pretty dummy proof. So it helps me lose a little bit of weight, but worried that I might lose muscle. Thoughts? Prolong definitely works. Sarah does it every year for about 5 days before we go to Mexico. She's tiny, and she usually loses about 5 pounds doing that. So I say go for it, buddy. You should also find anything that you can jump into from a cold plunge. Fill it up with water. In this cold weather, it'll stay nice and chill out there. Get in there 2-3 days a week. Last thing, I suspect you'll maybe lose a little bit of muscle, but maybe not doing the prolong for 5 days. But the fat loss, the cellular cleanup, and the gut health improvement all make it well worth it. You just jump in and crush a bunch of protein the next week and start lifting, and you'll put it right back on. Have at it. Copy that. Have a great day.